Hello YouTube friends. I'm having one of those fantastic days that I really love where I'm making. I'm making some things for my family and all sorts of other bits and pieces. So what am I making today? Advent calendars. And I'm going to show you how I make my little advent calendars, but also how we can adapt the little shape I'm going to show you so that you can wrap small gifts or make Christmas tree decorations, do all sorts. So this is all part of our countdown to Christmas, where I've got a lot of things that I love to do around Christmas time that I want to share with you guys. I'll show you how I make that size of little packet. Now, the papers I need for those are 4 inches by 6 inches. Scale it up and you would have bigger or smaller ones, obviously. And I don't know, are you 24 Advent days or 25? I'm going to do 24 Advent days because on Christmas Day you've got all your other chocolates and presents to eat, haven't you? So what we need then is to decorate these 4 by 6 inch pieces of paper. I've done some already. So with these ones, it's quite simply, I've decorated them with little stamps. Here they are. These little stamps and gold stamping ink. And so those are all in that container there. And then these ones are brown paper, just like that one there with the stamps on. So I've taken the paper here and printed it all up. And then I rolled it round like so, and with Pritt stick I just put Pritt stick along there so that when I stick it together you've got a little tube like so. Now I've got this marvellous crimping machine which I've had for many years. It's a product by a company called Fiskars, which I'm sure are available all over the place, and it's just an ordinary little handheld crimping machine. It does give for quite a professional finish, but I will be showing you some other ways of doing it in case you haven't got a crimping machine. Now, there's only really one thing to remember. I stuck all these up this morning so that they're nice and dry. And can you see the seam there? Okay. When I do this next manoeuvre, I want the seam to be just offset. I don't want it in the middle and I don't want it at the edge because it puts stress on it. I actually want it, for our purposes, I want it to be there, okay? So I'm going to get a tiny little bit of Pritt stick, you hardly need any, and just run it round the inside. Press this glue together, like so, with this seam offset. And then in the crimper here, you just place the edge in the crimper and make sure it's nice and straight, and just roll the roller just a tiny little bit so that the first little ½ inch or so is done. And then that's the first stage of making the little gift packet. Now you can see, can't you? You fill that with bits and pieces and then you go on an angle there and you just crimp it in the opposite direction. It's terribly simple. Now I'm going to crimp all of these now. Prudence, what are you doing? Come on, out of there. Prudence is just here. I've got a big drawer that's full of paper, and I've got it open because I've wanted to get all my bits and pieces of paper out. This is a cat who likes to get into the smallest space she possibly can, and she's trying to get into the back of the drawer. And she's a very big cat, and so she can't. Okay, I'm just going to get on then. I'm going to put a film on and I'm going to crimp all of these to get them to that stage. We'll be back. Get out of there, Prudence. So here I am, super fast, rolling the ends, a little bit of glue, little bit of the crimper on all of them. So 72 of these all together that I did today. And then I made the tags for each set I cut them out, put the holes in, stamped the backs, turn them all over and stamp the numbers. Don't know why I needed another one there, but I did. And 1 to 24 with these number stamps on all 3 sets. Yeah, 24. And then, oh, because I like fiddling on, you know, I like fiddling on, I had to put a little bit of gold zigzags at the bottom. Now, I'm back now to package up these 3 advent calendars, the first 3. I've got a real production line going here, and I hope that I'll get into a rhythm of doing this. So what I've got then, these are one for each of my kids and their partners. I've got the little packets that are partly made. They've each got their own little tags. I've got to be careful to match the right ones up with the right. I've got them all laid out here, 1 to 24. I've got the chocolates, milk chocolate and white chocolate sweeties. I've got the crimper and some glue. I'll show you what we'll do those in a minute. And then I've got different options for tying them on to the little bags. Then, well, the kids have all got the same questions, and they are all anagrams of films. Okay? So that's what I'm going to do. I've got them all printed out, 1 to 24. I've got all the labels here, and I've got all their bags here, and they're chocolates. So let's see how we go. So the idea would be is that I get number 1 anagram. I've printed them out 3 times. Same one. So that if they want to text each other when they're stuck and they don't know what they're doing, I doubt if they'll do that. I think they'll be quite easy. So I'm going to put the anagram in. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to do them all at the same time, you see, so that everyone's number 1 is done, everyone's number 2 is done, and so on, so that by the time I get to the end, they're all done. Let's see if I get into a muddle with this. So the chocolates are in, the little anagram is in, and now the way that I'm going to crimp them, I'm going to put the tiniest bit of glue round here. I mean, I could use the glue stick again, but it's actually quite hard to get it in. So I'm going to use a tiny bit of glue. This is Aleene's tacky glue again. I like this. I just put it in a little pot just for ease, and a little paintbrush. Stick it a little. It doesn't need to be stuck very much. In it goes. I'll get quicker at this as I get further on. So that's number 1 done. Their little chocolate rolled out, so let's put that back in. A little bit of glue. Yeah, I'll definitely get quicker at this, but I'm going to probably put a movie on or some music or something. So this is everybody's number 1. Whoops-a-daisy. Yeah, I'll definitely get quicker at this. I haven't decided which of the kids is getting which one yet, but that doesn't matter. They're all the same. There we are. Little stripy one. My daughter made these stamps years ago. She carved these stamps for me. Okay, so that's everybody's number 1 done. Now, I haven't decided yet what... so I've got this lovely butcher's twine, baker's twine, whatever it is. Just drop one on the floor. I've got a green one here. I've got this green and white one. And then this red and white one here, Sadie found it It's still okay. So I'm going to decide what length these should be. Let's see, we'll do them, let's try 10 inches long. We'll do them 10 inches and let's see how 10 works. And then get the number 1 for the right person. I've already made a hole in this one. Get the number 1, get the... This is clumsy, but I will get quicker at this. And then I need something to poke that through there, which will be... How about that? A stitch unpicker, that'll do. Stick that through there. Pop the ends through. And that is what they're going to look like. That's the number 1, all of them. And so there are 24 times 3 to do. So I did get much quicker at making these, 72 of them. And then when I'd finished all the ones from my kids, well, I've got a bit of a surprise for you, because I made 3 more sets. Well, I've finished making the 3 advent calendars for each of my lovely kids and their partners. They're all ready to go. What is it? The 20th of November, so there's plenty of time to get them to them. But I have a surprise. Because I was enjoying making them so much, I've made 3 more. I've made golden ones with little golden labels. I've made red and silver ones with the paper that I printed. And I've made red and gold ones here. Now each one of them has got some sort of chocolate in. It could be one of the truffles from Marks and Spencer, or it could be some of the other sorts of chocolate. And each one of them, every one, has got a little saying to motivate you and encourage you and fill you with joy. And I'm going to put them in the shop. Now, there are only 3, and we're very short, 10 days off the beginning of Advent. So they're only going to be in the shop for a very short space of time. Yes. And I'll send them speedily, so that they should get there for Advent. And each one will have a length of ribbon so that you can tie them on if you want to in order and have them all hanging up. Or you can just have them in a basket like I've got them here and root around until you find the one that is today's. They're going in the shop now. So that's how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 advent calendars I've made with 24 of these. You do the maths. Thanks for watching, and pop over to the shop and see if you want your own Last Homely House advent calendar. Only 3. Thanks guys. Catch up with you on the next video. Bye.